Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Adam Murphy YouTube channel. It's been a very long time coming. Once again, you see me on all other channels apart from this one these days, it seems like. I'm joined today with your boy, Husam. Husam, say hello. How are you?
I'm good, man. How are you? How's everything?
Good. It's going very well. It's going very well. For those of you that don't know, Husam, he was. How did I come across you? It was the Grizz Khan interview that you did on Twitter.
Yeah.
I saw that. I thought it was really good. Thought it was really fun. There was a clip you put in of Paul, right? Where
Yes.
Paul was celebrating the Allison goal, and I saw you in the comments. I was like, I'm gonna have to DM this guy. This guy's too jokes, you know. Um, so yeah, we've got him in, and we're going to be going through the Euros, it's group stage by group stage, and then going through all of the different knockout rounds and trying to predict the entire competition for you guys. Obviously, if you do like it or disagree, feel free to let us know down in the comments below. So without further ado, let's just get straight into it then. Group A, we've got Switzerland, Turkey, Wales, and Italy. This it's a bit of a hard one. I mean, a lot of people are giving Italy their like sort of dark horse. They're like their dark horse team for the Euros. I don't know what you think about that.
I think the Italians are always dangerous in these type of competitions, especially if they play the classic Italian way, which is, on the counter attack and just control it in their own way. They could obviously be a dark horse, but I don't see it. I don't think the talent pool, let's say for Italy is as it used to be. It's no longer Nesta, Maldini, Del Piero, Cannavaro. Those days are long gone. Yeah, I think like even the days of Pirlo are gone. Even the generation after that, who was good as well, they're gone. So they could be a dark horse because these international competitions, you never know. But like I don't know, it's gonna be way too difficult with the teams in it. Like I think France and Portugal, and I'd say I'd include Belgium are probably head and shoulders just in terms of talent above everyone else. England are, but they just have a shit manager. But we're gonna get to that later. Keep that till we get
Yeah,
to the
we'll
England
get
group.
yeah we'll get onto that one.
Yeah,
Saying all of that about Italy though, I do think they've probably still got enough to
top the
probably
group.
top this group. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll get Italy in. Next up, between Switzerland, Turkey, and Wales. Um,
Turkey is an underdog, by the way. Turkey is actually playing well, I'd say, and
yeah,
they do have like able players to surprise in this Euros. Remember Euro 2008 when they shocked the world basically, and only narrowly lost out to Germany, who made it all the way to the final. So I'm saying personally, I'm going Turkey second in this group. I genuinely think that's a
I'll,
possibility.
yeah, I'll be honest with you. I think I agree with you. For me, it was kind of between them and Wales. You obviously look at the last Euro competition. You sort of saw how Wales did and the camaraderie that they had. But I think that only sort of comes once. It's really hard to get up and go again and
Yeah.
to do that again without having the quality around you to really back it up. And I mean I know they've got Gareth Bale and he had a great end to the season, but I'm not quite sure the quality's there. So I agree with you.
I
We'll go
think the key,
Turkey.
what the key is, and what you just said, they got Gareth Bale. Because after that, you stop.
Yeah,
They don't have anyone else. If we're being
yeah, no,
completely
yeah,
honest, I don't know if Robson Canu still plays football for them or something. I don't know.
yeah, yeah.
I am not really that in depth with Welsh football or the talent pool they have. But look, it's basically Gareth Bale, and that's where the like the Welsh team basically you can stop naming players after that because I don't think anyone else probably measures to that level. And Gareth Bale himself, to be fair, is not at his previous level. And which is why,
No,
actually,
absolutely not.
speaking of this group itself, I would probably put Wales fourth and not third because Switzerland
Oh
do tend
wow.
to do well as well.
Oh wow.
Yes.
Um, okay, first predicament then, because I think if I'm honest, I think I'd probably go Wales third. Um, and that's no disrespect to Switzerland. I just, from what I've seen of recent years, going off the last Euros as well, Wales have proven more to me that they're able to get a little further in this competition. And obviously, as I mentioned, I know we stopped at the name Gareth Bale, but having that star-studded talent, like, because he's not what he was, but he's still a really good footballer.
Yeah, fair enough.
I feel like that's enough to get them into third place, because I don't think you're going to need too many points in this group to get a third place, if I'm honest. But I'm happy to go Switzerland if that's where your head's at.
I look, I get what you're saying, and what you're saying is correct because Gareth Bale can theoretically still win you a game at least. But man, like the problem is with the rest of them. I look, you can put Wales or I think Wales versus Switzerland is the key for this group because I think Turkey's beating both of them, and I think Italy's beating both of them. That's my honest opinion. So it just goes down to Wales versus Switzerland. 90 minutes of football. You never know. And as the more I talk, the more you're confused about what to do. I can tell because I'm not really giving you a clear answer. I think it's Switzerland. You think it's Wales. So since it's your channel, you're the host. Go for what you think, and so just put Wales in there.
I'll tell you, we'll go Wales for this one.
Yeah.
And then the next time we disagree, we'll look more in your direction for it. Okay, so moving on to Group B then. I mean, I think it's a pretty obvious one who tops this group. Looking at Belgium.
Yeah, Belgium definitely 100%.
Yeah, straight away. I think it then becomes a little tricky, I would say. I mean, Denmark have a few decent players.
Yeah.
I'm not overly familiar with the Russia or Finland squad, if I'm completely honest with you. I don't know what your knowledge on those teams are like.
I think just to like quickly talk about that. I think Belgium now this whole golden generation thing, just so it's not another Sven Goran Eriksson with England thing. They need to actually do something this time, and it could be not necessarily winning it, but if they at least get to the final and maybe lose out to France, that's fair enough. But this is basically their tournament to actually do something. I think because they can't be just a golden generation on paper and not actually do anything. But I think when it comes to second and third, it's probably between Russia and Denmark, I'd say, and not Finland. I think Finland are probably the weakest out of these four. Russia and Denmark, that's a very tough one because Russia did well the last World Cup as well. Like this is actually a really tough one to predict.
Yeah, I think.
Who are you going for, Russia or Denmark? What are you feeling?
In if I had to pick, I'd probably go Denmark. But that's just because I know a little more about Denmark than I do Russia. I'm not going to claim to know too much about Russia.
I actually agree with that. That's actually fair enough. I'd say probably Denmark do have better players than Russia, I would say. But the key game in that one is probably Denmark against Finland, like a Scandinavian derby. So you never know.
It'll be a good game. So we'll put that one in that order then. I think. So on to Group C. Group C's, is it a little more straightforward?
I have a madness for this one. I actually have a madness predicted for this one.
Okay,
I believe in North Macedonia. I believe in North Macedonia. They beat Germany. I'm on the North Macedonia hype train. I'm all for it. I'm all for the North Macedonia thing.
Wow.
I think it's fair enough. We can put Holland first. I'd say that's not too crazy.
Yeah.
Even without Van Dijk, I think they have enough to top the group. I'd say.
Yeah.
And I'd say from a selfish Liverpool perspective, I'm happy Van Dijk isn't playing. So I'm happy selfishly. I'm sad for him personally, but selfishly, I'm very happy selfishly. That's all I'm gonna say. But the other three, it's honestly a coin toss because all of them could finish second and all of them could finish third and fourth. You just don't know. Austria obviously have Sabitzer, who's a good player. They have a few good players in the German league. Ukraine as well always produce like moments in these competitions, but North Macedonia, man, I'm on the hype train. I'm going North Macedonia third minimum this group. I actually think they're gonna make it to the next round. But second, I don't know.
I'll tell you what then. I'll listen to you on this one. We'll go Austria second.
Yes.
We'll get North Macedonia in third, and Ukraine to drop out in fourth.
That's exactly what I was thinking. This is where we'll disagree 100%. Do you want to leave the England group till the end? Because we're honestly going to disagree on all the positions.
Yeah.
Leave the
Yeah,
England. Because Southgate is like, let me just get into that later. But with the other ones, you're going with Group E next.
Yeah, so Group E.
Yeah.
Do you know what? This is a really hard one.
This is
Because
tough, 100%.
Poland and Sweden are pretty even, I would say. I'd say Spain are probably the favourites, but even in saying that, Spain are really not what they used to be. I don't think they've really got like a proper recognised quality forward anymore. You know, somebody that's just going to put the ball in the back of the net for them. You know, goalkeeping wise, there's been a lot of questions asked around David De Gea recently. They've got an age in defence. You know, they're really not what they used to be. So this is a really tough one, Group E.
It actually is tough, and what you're saying is spot on, because genuinely speaking, for this group, all of them could finish first and fourth, literally all of them. And you know, this could be one of those crazy Euro like groups where they all finish on 4 points, and then just like one of them and it's goal difference or some crazy like rule that makes one of them qualify. Because what you said about Spain is so true and so sad at the same time. Because no Liverpool bias here. Their current best player is Thiago Alcantara, and the rest, it's like Morata, Ferran Torres. I'm like, man, I remember 10 years ago, even 8 years ago, it was David Villa, it was Fernando Torres, it was Iniesta, Xavi. Those days are gone, man. Those days are gone. And it's not even a guarantee that Spain would finish top of this group. Because you look at Poland with Lewandowski, and Sweden are never a team to be like, you know, just take easy. And Slovakia could surprise you as well. Martin Skrtel eats snails for breakfast. So maybe the rest of them do that as well. So you never know.
One thing to know about Sweden as well is they play some really good football. Some really nice football. Poland, to be fair, I think Poland make me a little. I worry a little bit for Poland. I know they've got the likes of Lewandowski.
Yeah.
But one of the huge reasons Lewandowski thrives so much at Bayern Munich is because of, you know, you look at how Bayern Munich play, the amount of chances that they create per game, and obviously his conversion rate is ridiculous. Like, it's so good.
Yeah.
But the bottom line is he's getting the chances to put the ball in the back of the net. How many players at Poland are going to be able to create those sorts of chances for him against, you know, most of the teams Poland play against, they're going to be at least either evenly matched or the other team probably would say have more quality. Whereas at Bayern Munich, pretty much everyone they play is a lesser quality team. So the players that they have around them, they shine through. They're able to create chances for Lewandowski.
Poland are basically like the Wales of this group. Like, it's basically Lewandowski, and for them it's Gareth Bale. Sweden, Spain, and Slovakia is also tough. I honestly don't know what to do, man. Maybe just out of respect for Spain, you could put them first on merit.
We'll put Spain first. Yeah, on merit, and maybe it is. I know I said they've got an Asian squad. Maybe that experience does carry them through. You know, maybe it benefits them in the group stage.
I'd say Poland would probably be fourth in this one. My honest opinion, or third, could be third.
Are we agreed on Sweden
and Slovakia? Yeah. Who are you going for?
I think I'd go Sweden for second.
Same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Slovakia and Poland for third and fourth.
This is such a tough one.
Yeah, it's a bit of a coin toss, mate. I'm happy to go on this with whatever you feel.
Let's go Slovakia third. Let's just go Slovakia third.
I'll rate it.
Yeah, let's just go first.
The group of death: Portugal, France, Germany, and poor Hungary. Poor God, you do not want to be in that position. I think France probably they top this one. The quality they have. Oh, actually, do they?
I think if you're talking about
Portugal's
top of
really
the
good
group,
squad.
yeah, it's either between France or Portugal for top of the group, I'd say. Because
Yeah,
I don't think
I
Germany gets into the top of the group conversation, honestly speaking.
no, I think Germany gets a solid third,
Yeah.
but the top of the group is between Portugal and France. Um,
France have
both
done
teams have
really,
so
really
much
well in the
quality.
World Cup as well, you know. And I've seen their starting 11, and it's genuinely scary to like just look at their 11. Like the only weakness I see is Hugo Lloris because he has a mistake in him. But that's the
Yeah,
only actual weakness I see. I don't see anywhere else where they're weak. That midfield, man. That midfield is mad. It's like a diamond. You have Kante, you have Pogba, you have Griezmann on top of that diamond. And I think on the left they probably play Tolisso or Matuidi or someone. So that midfield is madness. I don't see anyone controlling that midfield. I think based on talent, you actually have to go France because they're just the most talented team.
yeah. I mean, both teams have got very good spines, haven't they? You've got
Hmm.
Portugal even. You've got the likes of Patricio, you've got Carvalho, Bruno if he plays, Ronaldo, all through the middle of that team as well. I think I agree with you though. I think just the pure quality of France will be enough.
Adam, remember,
So I think
Ronaldo takes penalties for Portugal, so Bruno is ineffective. It's a different conversation for Portugal because no one's taking the penalties off Ronaldo. And look, I've
yeah,
read
that's very
somewhere I
true.
think in 25 games Bruno has only had 2 goals, which just shows the man like we've seen it in the Premier League. It's penalties. That's all
Yeah,
Bruno provides.
yeah,
I'm here for the shithousery, man. I'm here for it. I'm
yeah,
honestly
mate.
here for it.
Fair fucks, mate. Fair fucks. I think we're in
Germany.
agreement then.
Yeah.
Pretty much then we go Germany, and then Hungary.
For Hungary.
And then on to this
For
one. So
Hungary, however, will influence this group more than you think, because whoever they take points off is done, is dusted. That's the
I,
problem for
I
them.
I think it's very possible they could take points off Germany. I think it's very
100%.
possible.
100%.
Um,
Whew, the
but
group
on to,
of
on, on,
madness.
on to this group then, because I'm in agreement with you, by the way. I really do not like Southgate, and I've been saying it. I was one of the guys, and I've got proof. There's videos to back this up. I was saying even during the World Cup run, when everybody was on the Gareth Southgate hype train, I was saying even then this guy is tactically clueless. He doesn't have a clue what he's doing. Our entire World Cup run relied solely on set pieces. He didn't know how to get the best out of any of these players, in my opinion. I think he's a good man manager. He's good at bringing spirits up and sort of keeping everyone happy, a happy camp, keeping everyone together. But when it's actually, in-game management, once we're actually playing the game, it goes to. I think a good way to describe Gareth Southgate, in my opinion, to be perfectly honest, is I think he's the English version of Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. To be
You
honest,
took the words right off my mouth.
yeah,
That's actually true. Because Southgate, when you look at it as well, has so much talent, ends up parking the bus, and relies on individual brilliance to win games. So I think what
exactly.
you said there is spot on, and it's not even that crazy because when you look at it, like a lot of people have been discussing the England first 11 and who should we start and etc. And I just went to a Twitter space once and I'm like, guys, we're talking all this amazing stuff you could do, but at the end of the day, Southgate's gonna play
You
five at
won't
the
do it,
back
is it?
and a double pivot and a
Yeah,
double pivot with five at the back. And this group is harder than you think. There is Croatia, I'd say, is 100% top of this group. Like I think Croatia is actually will 100% beat England. And I remember in the qualifications for Euro 2008, which England didn't make it to. I've seen Croatia. Croatia can easily dominate England, and they're a little bit of a bogey team. Scotland haven't played Euros since forever, so they're gonna come in all excited, give 110% in on the pitch. And the Czech Republic is another bogey team for England. So I actually have all like such a crazy prediction, but I have a theory behind it. I'm going Croatia first. I'm going Czech Republic second. I'm going Scotland third. And I'm going England out at group stages. I'm
oh
honestly going that
wow,
far with it. Yes, yes,
wow.
I'm honestly going that way because
Mate, I
Czech
can't
Republic,
agree with
like
that.
it's basically us as Liverpool, and Czech Republic is like a Sam Allardyce managed team because we just have a shit time against them. Because Czech Republic are always a tough team for England, like genuinely speaking, and Croatia have talent as well, and Scotland are just gonna
We
come in
did,
with that brave mentality. I think that's not that mad
we
to be
did,
fair.
we did beat Croatia the last time we played them, though. It was in the Nations League we won 2-1.
Adam, you're really taking the Nations League seriously?
I'm trying
Yeah.
to clutch at straws, is what I'm doing.
Man, it's sad. It's sad. Like some people just don't see it. Every time you speak to someone, I'm glad you actually like you have football common sense. Some people don't have that because all the defense they have for Southgate is, oh, he got us to the semi-final. I'm like, yes, but look at the road he got there. And let's just speak sense right now. Tell me who the best English players are. Kane, Foden, Mount, all in offensive positions. We know good and damn well it's going to be five at the back. It's going to be Walker right center back. Like we all can read Southgate, even as football fans. So it's not that crazy to think some international manager is going to read him, man.
Do you not think though that so the names you've just mentioned and they're just purely the quality that England have on the pitch? Because I'm not. By the way, I don't think England will go far in this competition. I
Yeah.
personally predict England to go out in the round of 16.
Ooh. Okay.
I still just think that the just the pure quality that they have on the pitch and that's available to them coming off the bench as well, I think will be enough to arguably top this group. I think at least second for England, in my opinion.
Out
But
of respect for the whole Euro thing, just so we can have a fun knockout stage where we eliminate England anyway. I think put Croatia first, England second. But I said my prediction. I'm gonna remind whoever watched this video and calls me crazy. England are going out group stage 100%. I can smell it. I can actually smell it.
We'll clip it up and if you're right, you can have a field day on Twitter.
I will do.
Okay, predict the 4 best third placed teams.
Germany, I think easy selection right there.
Yeah,
probably because they're more likely probably going to beat Hungary.
Do you know what? I'm gonna back Scotland as well because, as you said, in this group, it's a group that, again, I think similarly to what group was I? I think similarly to Group A.
Yeah,
you're not going to need too many points, I don't think, to get into a third place finish. So I think Scotland can quite easily take points off any of the 3 other teams, in my opinion.
Hopefully
like Scotland, realistically, Scotland could take 3 draws, get 3 points, and still be one of the best third place teams.
Yeah, 100%, 100%. And I think as well, just using that same sense, if you go up just to Group E, the same the group we spoke about, the Spain one, we said that generally could be a 4-4-4-4 group, and just based on that logic, I think you probably do say Slovakia, to be fair, because we put them third anyway, so might as well just go Slovakia.
Yeah,
and then
we'll go over that.
Is it 4? So we probably have 1 left.
Yeah, this is 4. So 1 more.
Russia, North Macedonia, and Wales.
Yeah.
Ooh.
For me, For me, I think it's between Wales and North Macedonia. And I know you're on that North Macedonia hype train.
Let's go North Macedonia just for the vibe.
Yeah.
Just to have a good, for a good vibe. Let's just go North Macedonia.
Okay, so the knockout stage and round of 16, we've got Belgium v Germany, which is an interesting one. For me personally, actually, to be fair, I say it's an interesting one. For me personally, I think Belgium win it pretty comfortably.
Yeah, same. Agreed with that.
Pretty easy one. Then Italy, Austria. To be fair, probably actually is an interesting one. I think either of these teams are capable of winning it.
See,
And
remember what you said about Italy at the start of the show, the fact that they could be a dark horse. Like if we just
yeah,
actually put Italy to win this game and just, I know it's not that round yet, but if you go up, Italy could easily beat Belgium as well by just scamming a counter-attack goal, the classic Italian way. So this is why maybe people do think they are a dark horse, but Italy and Austria, man, that I know it's a friendly, but England versus Austria were actually horrible. Like not even lying. I
yeah.
genuinely think Austria, like I'm Italy. I think Italy probably do win that one. I'd say.
Okay. Um,
Oh, this is where my boys go out, man.
you were on the North Macedonia hype train. I'll ask you
Mhm.
again. How far are you willing to take it?
This is how far I'm taking. I'm not going North Macedonia over France because that's just madness. If that happens, like honestly, I'm just gonna go live and shave like half my beard off and keep the other half, just like or do some madness. I'm backing them, and remember, this is an accomplishment for North Macedonia anyway, getting out of the group
Yeah,
stage. But France is too much. Let's be real, France is too much.
that's fair enough. Okay, then we've got England and Sweden. Um, now I said I predicted England to go out of the round of 16.
Hmm.
That's because, in my personal opinion, like I think if I was doing this solo, I think it would end up being England v Portugal here in the round of 16 because I would have England topping the group
The group,
personally.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
But actually, if England did finish second, it provides an easier round of 16 for them
Hmm.
in Sweden.
Hmm. And I think you're actually
Um,
spot on because I my opinion is clear. I think they're gonna go out group stage, but England and Sweden, just based on like actual styles of football, just going to have to give it for England because I don't think Sweden can
yeah,
beat England. I genuinely don't think so.
yeah, no, and I mean, look at England have got next
England
game,
are
right?
going out anyway. Let's just
Yeah. Um, Scotland
Robbo's
v
going out.
Spain. Scotland v Spain. Um,
Hmm, this is interesting because it's not
yeah,
straightforward.
no. I
It's not.
think I think it's very possible Scotland could win this game. I'm that I'm being genuinely serious here.
Same.
Um, I think just because if you think about Wales in the 2016 Euros, it's that same sort of mentality with Scotland now.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
the first time in so long getting back into the competition. All the players are going to be, they're going to be super hungry. Don't forget they set up well as well. They do set the team up well, and they're not a horrible side. Is it enough to beat Spain?
That's the thing. It's basically fight, passion, desire versus technique, let's say, or
Yeah,
like being good on the ball. This is so tough to predict, man, because it's not straightforward. It's actually like so hard. This could easily go into penalties as well, the way I think of it. Like
yeah.
this this
But
was
so
easily like
then there's the thing as well. If it did go to penalties, Spain have got
De
it, haven't
Gea's
they?
in goal. Yeah. De Gea's in goal. He's not saving a penalty, and if it comes down to
Well,
him, he's
actually,
missing one.
yeah,
Like, you do you want to just go Scotland for the vibe?
yeah. Do you know what? I'm willing to jump on it
Come on,
because I think they
Scotland.
could. I
Come
think they
on.
could win the game.
Yeah,
Croatia, Portugal. For me, this is straightforward. I think
straightforward.
Portugal win this.
Agreed. Portugal
Yeah.
doing that.
Again, this one's fairly straightforward to me. I think Netherlands probably beat Slovakia. As you mentioned
Yeah,
earlier, I know they don't have Van Dijk, but they've got a lot of quality players in that squad. Memphis Depay, really, really good. Obviously, Gini Wijnaldum in the midfield. The Lit's not been a bad player.
you're
Yeah,
right. You're right. I think
do
probably
you know another
Netherlands.
player I love as well? A really underrated player. Quincy Promes.
Yes,
He's unbelievable, genuinely
he is.
unbelievable. Um, yeah, I think Netherlands win that one, and then Turkey Denmark. This is again, to be fair, quite an interesting one. I think it's probably one that could go either way Personally, I reckon. What would I say? I think personally, I think Turkey probably just nick this one.
I agree.
But
I agree. I think
it's
probably
one of those ones
actually
it
you're
could.
right. Yeah, I think Turkey definitely. If this actually ends up being the right prediction for everything, and Turkey do play Denmark, I generally see Turkey go through. That's
Yeah.
actually not mad, to be fair.
Yeah,
That's
see, that's
actually
because that's the thing. I would have never really put Turkey to get to the quarterfinals. But if it was to play out how we've suggested it would, and Turkey did play Denmark, yeah,
yeah,
I think Turkey win. Okay, so we go across then now, going into the semi-final between Belgium and Italy.
Ooh,
As you said, Italy do have enough to beat Belgium. The quality is there, and as I've said before, I've been told so many times by a few different people that Italy are their dark horses, and they expect Italy to go far into this competition. It's just how far can they go? Belgium for me is, I think. So this is the thing for me. Belgium have got star-studded quality all over the pitch. The
yes.
only area that Belgium really struggle with is pace, in that they don't really have anyone apart from maybe the exception of an Eden Hazard or a Yannick Carrasco. They don't really have anybody that's got that explosive pace, and all of their defenders are really, really slow as well. So they're a team that would be really prone to the counter attack if the counter attack is based on pace. How much pace do
This
Italy
reminds me
actually
of
have?
what? This is basically like a possession team. Because when you look at Belgium versus Italy, you know Belgium's gonna have like crazy possession. Like they're actually
Yeah.
gonna have crazy possession in this game. But Italy are just gonna destroy them on the counter attack. Like I genuinely feel so. And what you said is spot on because they don't have enough pace as well, and their defenders are getting older, and Roberto Martinez is manager. So there is a lot of things to say there. I think that game Belgium dominate possession, like actual domination, but Italy just scam a 1-0, like typical Italian fashion. That's what I'm going with. Going with
Okay.
Italy.
Yeah, I'm willing to back it just because of the amount of people that have told me about Italy as well. I I personally am not. I don't really know how much pace Italy have on the break, but I
Hmm.
know, as you said, they are very good. They've almost transformed into this counter-attacking team that that, like you said, are very good on the break. And if I was to pick out one weakness for Belgium, it would be that. So
Yeah.
yeah, I'm happy to go with Italy for that one. France v England, no conversation.
Bye
England
bye
wins.
England. Bye bye. Should have sacked Southgate long time ago, but you guys don't listen. You think a guy who just claps for everyone should be mad? Get out of it. Someone who doesn't put Trent Alexander-Arnold straight up right back, right wing back. I don't care where you play him, midfield striker. If you don't think Trent should start for that team, Southgate, like I can't help you. I'm sorry. Like I would have given you a chance because you took him, but I just think he wouldn't have started them anyway because I just
Mm.
know Southgate. He's just a boring guy who's going to start Trippier and Walker can't defend anyway. By the way, if someone's listening to this exact moment,
Walker's terrible in my
Walker
opinion.
is a
I don't
worse
rate
defender
Walker
than
at
Trent.
all.
Walker just uses his
Yeah.
recovery pace. That's it. But people just like point out like Vinicius Junior spun him. Walker gets spun every week, but he's just faster than Trent and he gets back. That's it. So France, come on, France. Come on, whoever plays England, let's get England out. I'm very excited about England going out of the group stage and me being right. But for this game, France are gonna smash England. Like it's actually gonna be embarrassing. If this happens, it's gonna be France 4-0 England. A genuine prediction right now. 4-0.
Big predictions. Big predictions.
I'm going
Um,
for it. I'm
yeah.
going for it.
Okay, so we'll move on then to Scotland, Portugal. I think it's the end of the road for Scotland here, to be honest.
Yeah. We backed
Portugal
them.
are
Me and
so
you
good,
backed them,
man.
man. We
Yeah.
backed them all the way. But against Portugal, you can't really back
Portugal are
them.
so good, man. They're so good.
Mm-hmm. Agreed.
And then Netherlands, Turkey. See, the thing is,
This is not
I
straightforward.
no, because you go Netherlands definitely have more quality in the squad, but you wouldn't be surprised, like if say for example this game happened tonight, they for whatever reason randomly decided to just play each other tonight. We had no idea, and then we looked on the score sheet after and we saw Turkey had won the game 1-0. You wouldn't be massively surprised by that, I wouldn't say.
Nope. The thing
But
is with Van
saying
Dijk,
that,
it's not just like obviously he's the best defender in the world, but you're also missing his leadership. It's like he's almost like a quarterback in that field as well. You think he even offers an offensive solution in a way because he can just like play a long ball to the winger, which we've seen with Mo Salah as well. But it's not that mad to actually go for a
well,
Turkey win here.
there's the famous the goal against Bayern Munich, Sadio Mane goal. Van Dijk plays like a 60-yard pass over the entire Bayern Munich team,
Yes.
and then Mane spins Manuel Neuer. He does offer a lot offensively as well, Van Dijk. I think saying that though, it wouldn't feel right to me having Turkey in the semi-finals.
Yeah. By the way, you're gonna make this more
You see
difficult
what?
because when you're going to the semifinals, because Italy can beat France as well. And if we go Portugal, Netherlands, that's actually historically a tough game to predict. I remember, I think they broke the record for cards in the World Cup game. I think when they played each other, I think it was 2006 when Manish scored for Portugal. So, like, this is actual madness now. We're actually creating a mad tournament. Which, if this genuinely happened, like the Euros ratings will be off the chart, like 100%. Oh. This is tough, man. This is tough. And what you said makes it tougher because what you said is perfectly fine, like correct. If tomorrow it just like Turkey beats Netherlands 1-0, you're not gonna go like, ooh, shock. Because Turkey can beat
Yeah,
them. I don't know. You just select whatever you want for this one.
I'm gonna select Netherlands anyway
Yeah.
because it doesn't. I think they're probably more likely to win the tie. And if you picture a Euros semi-final, I don't think I ever pictured Turkey being in it. So I have to. I have to. Okay.
Oh,
Italy, France, and as you just alluded to there, Italy are a team that probably one of the few teams in the entire competition really that can cause France some real problems.
I have a question
Just
before
based
you
on how
just
they
go ahead.
play.
Do we have to? Is there any more round of 16 games to predict, or is it all on the left side? Like, is there
Uh,
anything on the right of this? No.
no,
Okay.
no,
Okay.
no,
Okay.
no, no.
So how many round of 16 games? Because I don't feel like we've predicted 16 games, have we?
Uh, no,
16 teams,
round of
sorry. Okay.
16, so
Eight.
there'll be
Yeah,
the 8 games
yeah.
there. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, this is
Um,
hard. Bloody hell.
yeah, Italy
Italy,
are one of the few
France.
teams in the competition that they can cause France problems. I'm saying that we spoke about Italy and how good they can be on the break. France have what a team like Belgium doesn't, and that is, well, for starters, they've got N'Golo Kante that's going to be sitting in that hole. That is going to, he's like if you thought of one thing that you could possibly use to prevent any counter-attack in world football from the midfield, that is, it's
Oh
fucking
my God.
N'Golo Kante. Do you know what I mean?
Oh.
And also at the back, there's the likes of Varane, who I know, like in my opinion, to be fair, like I don't rate Varane as highly as I used to. I think he's definitely dropped his level a little bit. But one thing he does have is pace.
Mm-hmm.
And that's certainly what, if playing against an Italian side that are going to look to counter you, pace at the back is going to be what you need. And like I said already, with the likes of N'Golo Kante, with the likes of Varane, I'm not sure who will play alongside Varane.
I I think look, just based on the exact metric you just used, which I agreed well with as well for the Belgium game, I think France have enough to actually stop Italy's counterattacks, which is why I think Italy could beat Belgium because I don't think Belgium have enough to stop the counterattacks. But France do
Yeah,
have enough because Kante is just gonna be their right wing, left wing, wherever you attack from. gonna be annoying every single Italian player out there on the counter attack trying to do something. And remember, Deschamps plays is defensive himself as well in some sort of way, because his midfield, the three them, Pogba aside, the other two he plays in front of them actually do act like a double pivot almost on the defense, because if you have Matthew D or Tolisso, both of them are good defensively. So I think probably based on stylistically that France could stop Italy's counterattacks, I probably would say France, to be fair.
And then go up the other end as well. I think the quality up the other end, the likes. I mean, Mbappe.
What I would do to see him in a Liverpool shirt. What I would do. There is nothing I wouldn't do. Like, there's generally nothing I wouldn't do. Like, I would donate my kidneys to get him. Like, I would do anything. Man,
I think there's so many rumors around Mbappe to Liverpool or possibly to Madrid. I know. Did you see what the PSG owners came out and said the other day? That that they said that they're never going to sell Mbappe, but also he's never going to go on a free. Seems like they're like keeping his fucking family hostage or something.
That's the thing. I know this is a Euro show, but man, like, if he's on his last contract here, how can you say we're never selling him, but he's never going on a free? Because basically, I think PSG's owners right now, either he gets a new contract and they're out of this mess, or I don't think Mbappe will sign, FYI. But he could leave this summer, and just because of this whole contract situation, which I have no idea how PSG have allowed, because they're not Arsenal, I think you could genuinely buy Mbappe off them for like 140 million, genuinely speaking, which is madness. And I'd love to see him.
This is what I was saying. Just on the flip side of that, though, I don't think Liverpool will spend 100+ million on any player. If I'm honest, I just don't. God. I can't see it, and especially like from the talk that I've heard coming out of the club about the financial situation, I definitely don't think we'll be spending the money on Mbappe this summer. The rumours are as well that PSG are going to try and offer him, I think, like 750 grand a week.
Bloody hell.
Yeah, I know, mental, innit? But the saving grace in all of this is, I know you mentioned you weren't sure how PSG have let this situation get to how it is, and first of all, I'm really sorry. Like, as you said, I know it's a Euro show, but it's just so interesting. It is interesting with Mbappe. He's made it known that he doesn't want to resign. He wants a new challenge. He wants to be playing, for a real European giant.
Thank you.
PSG can't quite classify themselves as that. So from that, I think he will go. I think even with the 750k, I think you got to look at somebody like Mbappe and think, look, he's on the trajectory where he's going to be one of the best players to ever play the game by the time he finishes his career.
True.
But that's only going to happen if he plays in a league where it actually means something. If he spends his entire career at PSG, he can, finish his career on, 15 league titles. Maybe they will get a Champions League or two. Eventually, with the money they spend, they probably will do it at some point. But at the end of the day, there's always going to be that caveat of, well, you just stayed in League One, you didn't do it anywhere else. You haven't tried it.
The same reason, just to add to your point, the same reason people don't rate Lewandowski, by the way, some of them, because when okay, maybe that's a too crazy statement. Not don't rate Lewandowski, but I'd say, like, when you're talking about the greatest striker of this generation, no one includes him in that conversation, just because of that. And I'm shameless, okay? So I'm just gonna say this. Mbappe, every single time he's come out in an interview, okay, he has always maintained he wants a structure. He wants to actually play for something. And I don't think Mbappe is a money person, to be fair. I genuinely don't think, because I don't think Mbappe is laying around going like, oh, I want 700 grand a week. I think he wants Champions League. He wants league titles. He wants to be remembered, like you said.
He's got to think about his legacy.
He does.
And he's even said recently that he could see himself playing under Jurgen Klopp at Liverpool, which just excites me. But
yes, we are so shameless. We are so shameless.
Sorry,
I swear.
The bottom line, and like, so this is a Euro show, so we're going to have to move on. The bottom line is, I don't think Liverpool sign Mbappe this summer, personally. I think if we sign Mbappe, and it is a big if, I think it will be next summer on a free. And I'm putting that one out there. Personally.
Move on, move on. I think you could talk about Mbappe all day, man, all day. Honestly, it's actually a crazy, crazy topic, and it would break the internet if that actually happened. That's all I'm gonna say on it.
Imagine having Salah and Mbappe up front. Fucking hell.
Oh my God.
There'd be no competition left.
Oh my God. We would actually destroy. And if Mbappe like actually has, because I know he has a brain. If he has a brain, he's never gonna go to City. Because he's basically just using he's going to the PSG of England. Like, genuinely, no one cares when City wins a league title. When we won it, it meant something. And me and you as Liverpool fans, when United won it, we just used to get so angry. But when City win it, you're like, oh, okay, City win it, cool, life goes on. And I think that's exactly what Mbappe doesn't want.
Spot on.
But
we do have to move on.
Yeah.
We do have to move on. So we'll look at Portugal and Netherlands. Again, I know you said earlier this one's another one that's really hard to predict. I'm gonna put it out here early. I think Portugal do this one. We were speaking before about how it wouldn't be a huge shock for Turkey to beat a team like Netherlands.
Yeah.
But so to give that a little bit more context, if that was Portugal in that situation, if it was Portugal v Turkey, we probably say Portugal win that.
Yeah.
So I understand what you mean. I completely agree with you. Portugal Netherlands games are usually really tight, usually really fun, really exciting games. Which is why if this game does happen, it's probably a contender. I mean, obviously, apart from the final, it is probably a contender for the most watched game in the entire tournament. Because it's guaranteed excitement.
You know what's gonna happen this game? 3 red card. That's what I'm saying. I'm actually gonna say, because this is a mad football game. Like, this will genuinely be crazy. Like, if this, I honestly, after predicting this with you, Adam, I wish our predictions come true, because this is a mad tournament, man. This is actually madness, craziness. Like, Portugal, Netherlands is just so tough and hard and stuff. Based on quality, Portugal do win, but even if Portugal win, I think it's just a 1-0. Genuinely speaking, like, it's just a 1-0.
Yeah.
It's tackles flying everywhere. It's someone gets injured. It's 3 red cards. That's what I'm predicting, which is mad, but not that crazy for Netherlands, Portugal. But man, what you said there, I think put it in perspective. You said if Turkey beat Netherlands, we won't be surprised. So, but if they do beat Portugal, we will be surprised. So based on that, based on common sense, you go Portugal, I think.
Yeah. And just another thing to add to that as well. I know we've been speaking about how good a squad Netherlands still have, even with the absence of Virgil van Dijk. I think it's an opposition with the quality that Portugal has, which will be the stumbling block in terms of if Netherlands had Van Dijk, you could make that argument that, okay, maybe they go win this game. Without Van Dijk, I'm just not so sure.
Yeah. And people and if someone is watching this who's not a Liverpool fan might think it's biased. But look, we've seen our team with and without Van Dijk. We know the impact he has. It's genuinely speaking, it's not just his defending, it's his leadership. It's that quarterback role. Like, he offers so much, man. Like, as me and Adam agreed, he even offers something offensively, which no one else can offer. So it's not that crazy. But you actually used perfect logic. We can say Turkey might beat Netherlands, but we can't say Turkey might beat Portugal. So based on that, just go Portugal. Yeah.
Which leaves France and Portugal for the final.
Replay.
This is the thing, isn't it? They were in the same group. We predicted France to win that group. To make an argument for Portugal, you can look at the Euro 2016. Obviously, Portugal won that. That squad was, it seemed almost a bit of a shock at the time, because that squad didn't seem great. They had a decent squad, but you would have never predicted that to win. Now they've actually got quality around the system and the philosophy that they've been building. It's a group of players that have been together for quite a while now as well. They all know each other. They know how each other play. The system is really good. For France, though, could this be a revenge thing? Like, could it be playing Portugal in the final, for example? Could that be the motivation they need to get them over the line after what happened in 2016?
Mm-hmm. I think you're actually providing perfect analysis for this because I think personally, I'd say Portugal actually has a better team than the one that won the Euros, I'd say, overall
Yeah,
squad and everything. And you look at other players like Joao Felix has played more, Bruno probably, like obviously we made fun of him, but seriously speaking, he actually would
yeah,
do well just based on experience at United. Like it's different conversations. But France, like like if you're actually making a World 11, it wouldn't be mad to like put like six French players in there. Like that's actually how talented and really good they are, man. France, this is so tough because if what I think, because I think, look, it's the team that wins the World Cup that usually goes on to win the Euros, and France would want revenge as well for last time because we know Portugal probably didn't deserve to win the last Euros if we're perfectly
yeah,
honest because they finished third of their group and I think they won on penalties twice if I'm not wrong. So it's a bit of a madness, but France, I'd just say this time, based on their experience of winning the World Cup, would have too much.
yeah. I think it's the thing with France as well. As I mentioned before, they're gonna want revenge for what
Hmm.
happened in 2016. Um, and I think sometimes that can be all it takes to go on and win a competition. You know, like we take the Premier League, for example. The reason it's notoriously so hard to retain a Premier League title is because when you won the last one, it is so easy to lose that motivation to go and do it again. And therefore, the team that finished second or maybe even third will have that extra motivation to push on and be like, right, we're going to get it this time. You know, it happened. Liverpool was a perfect example. We finished on 97 points, which
Hmm.
was enough to win the league beforehand in every other season bar one, which was the Man City 100-point season. And then the season after, and we was all sat there thinking, can we really go and do that again? Can we really push that 100-point boundary again? And we did. We got 99 points
Yeah,
as the second
yeah.
highest league type tally ever. Um, a big part of that was the fact that we just missed out. We literally just missed out, and then went and did it again. The Champions League was another one. I'm sorry, I know I keep using Liverpool as an example. Champions League was another one, losing to Madrid in the final, especially in the manner it happened, with what happened with Karius and obviously with Ramos breaking Salah's arm. And then they had the hunger
That's
and the
true.
motivation to be like, do you know what? Fuck it, we're going to go and win the next one now. And I
Hmm.
think I think France are going to have a similar mentality in this tournament, especially if they get to the final against Portugal, and they're going to think, do you know what? No, we're like they got one over us. They got one over on us last time. It's not going to
Yeah.
happen again, and
Mm.
it's going to be enough to win it for them, in my opinion.
I think why the Liverpool analogy is actually not that mad is because when you look at it, they wanted to win the Euros, aka the Premier League, but then they went out and won the Champions League, aka the World Cup, and got
Yeah,
more like motivation. Because if they didn't win the World Cup, it would be a different story, 100% different story.
yeah,
But
exactly.
because they won the World Cup and because we won the Champions League, we came back with a different energy. I think France are gonna go like all out for this, and genuinely because of that World Cup win and the experience, same as us with the Champions League, they win this. I think personally, I genuinely think they probably do win this. I'm not gonna say comfortably because it's a final, but they're more likely to win this. To be fair, they have the experience now as well.
Yeah, I completely agree. And there we have it. France are our European, Euro winners 2020, 2021, whatever you want to call it. Um,
That's so annoying,
they,
Adam. By the way, That's so annoying. Why not just call it Euro 2021? Like people are just
Yeah,
like, why are you just confusing people for no? Just I don't care
it's
if this was
really
postponed.
confusing.
Just call it Euro 2021. No one cares about the one at the end, man. Just say it. It's 2021. We are playing it in 2021. Just say Euro 2021, and let's all move on and have a nice life, man. Oh
Yeah,
my
there
god.
we go. So France win Euro 2021. Um, it's been lovely to have you on. I've had a really good time. Before we end the video, is there anything you wanna say? Anything you wanna shout out? You'll find all of the links down in the description anyway. Don't worry about that one. But I'm gonna give the floor to you to give yourself a big shout out.
First of all, I want to say thanks to Adam. It's been a very, very fantastic video. It's been amazing, and I'd like to thank him as well for DMing me off of that video. YouTube is a small world as well. Stuff works out in crazy ways, so you never know. It's been an absolute pleasure meeting you. It's been an absolute pleasure doing this video as well. It's been actually fantastic. And I know Adam saying he's going to leave the link down below. Guys, if you're watching this right now, whether you're a Liverpool fan or not, I run a general football channel for all football fans. Everyone's welcome on there. We do a lot of stuff. We do like United reviews, we do Chelsea reviews, etc. So, and obviously Liverpool reviews. I'm always there to give. I do a show, Adam, with 5 United fans by myself. Like yes, sir. I go all out, man, and I silence them most of the time. So trust me, I can do this. So anyway, the channel's called This Is Football, and you can find me on Twitter, Don Husam 6. 6 is because we won it 6 times, and that's how I've got to shout myself off.
Awesome. Well, like I said, it's been a pleasure. All of Husam's links will be in the description below, as I said before. Please check him out. He's a brilliant content creator. I've seen what he's done, especially in recent times. He's been on that grind, putting out some really good content, doing some really cool interviews with some interesting people as well. So please do go and check him out. If you did like this video, give it a like, subscribe down below if you haven't already. And until next time, guys, I'll see you later. Bye.
Hands up for your colors.